Hello there, you're on the Heart of Reddit channel. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Get your popcorn ready and enjoy. Only stick to your section Okay, I'll do the same. So I'm a kitchen porter. If you don't know, what we usually do, it's mostly just washing plates and washing pots, pans. No one likes doing the pot wash cause there's loads of it and you're alone in a room doing it. Which brings me to someone I worked with, we'll call Kevin. Kevin hated the pot wash and really didn't like doing it, and most of the time just wouldn't do it and leave it for the morning KPS. So, me and someone else I work with really well, we'll call Brian, have a system where whoever's turn it is in the pot wash just keeps washing, and then the other guy, who is doing the plate wash, just goes down and fires some plates in the machine before coming back to the pot wash and clearing the drying rack for the other guy. It works really well, and means you can chat with each other. Kevin didn't like this system. He would just leave the pot wash guy to wash everything, and put it away themselves too while he sat at the plate wash on his phone. One day I said to him for like the 5th time, if he could just follow the system me and Brian have, and his response was, "Oh no, I just stick to my own section." So obviously the next day, when it was his turn in the pot wash, it was busy AF, and I remembered what he said and just sat at the plate wash, with my arms folded, watching him rushing about putting pans away with a red face, while the chefs were shouting at him to hurry up because they were running out of frying pans. The next day he was on shift with Brian and told Brian about how he wanted to punch me in the face for what I'd done. Failing to see the irony in that sentence is I wanted to do that every shift I had with him, and I was literally following his lead. But it was Kevin's turn in the pot wash that night too, and Brian just done the exact same thing to him as well that night, haha. He actually got worse after this, and eventually got fired for it, a few months later. It's your policy on clocking in. Back in high school I worked a couple summers for the local college doing things for their dorms, cleaning, painting, maintenance stuff. Their pay policy was monthly, 2 weeks behind, which I learned was illegal, but I was a teenager and didn't know how to fix. Payday was always the last day of the month, which for most of us broke teenagers meant starting in middle June, after school got out, and not getting paid until July the 31st. There were roughly 40-50 of us who had to clock in with a barcode scan, PIN and job code. We were allowed to clock in within 2 minutes plus of start, stop. I quickly leaned that being first to clock in at -2, last for lunch +2, first after lunch -2, and last in line +2, at the end of the day resulted in 8.1 hours per day. Nobody noticed until sometime in July as they were processing payroll. I pointed out I was in compliance with their policies, and the rounding on their system wasn't my responsibility. I kept it up all summer, not like they could fire me. An extra 5 at per week might not sound like much, but every dollar counts, especially when it's free money. Crew did as they were told and were fired by short-sighted manager. This goes back at least 25 years. So, late 90s. I worked for a now defunct deep discount chain in Florida. I got a position on 3rd shift doing night stock. The crew was small, only about 5-6 of us. We had a good time. We'd talk to each other across aisles, crack jokes to a video that played constantly in a corner, and make the best of it. Our supervisor was a complete power tripper. I hadn't worked there very long, but even in the short time I was there I could see the crew leader wasn't a reasonable dude. During one shift, we were all clocking out for lunch break. As we went in to punch the clock, we were told, "Don't punch back in if you're going to continue talking." Okay, we didn't. We did just sit around the front of the store talking until the manager came in for the day. Store manager got there. I can't remember if an assistant arrived first. We gave him the quick lowdown. We were told not to punch in if we were going to talk, so we didn't. He simply fired everybody on the spot. Being new, I asked for my job back and got it. The crew leader stayed, and maybe one other. I think new people were brought in. It wasn't until some time later that the lead was demoted and replaced by me. He quit soon after that. It was clear that as a crew we all worked better when he wasn't there.